T-minus 30 seconds. T-minus 20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Kind of spooky shit was that?
What's up, y'all? Shantae, we got the beautiful Shantae online. Why don't you say hello to the people, baby?
Hello, hello.
I apologize.
How y'all
I
doing
came in
tonight?
talking crazy. I had the microphone muted. I apologize. What's going on, Mama Yoni?
Because you're so busy running your mouth.
I'm not about to argue with you tonight. You're the only nigga that I argue with every week now. You're the only nigga that I argue with every week.
How you doing?
I feel like you be having it on your agenda for the week. Like,
don't be like that. Come on, baby.
8:55, I'm gonna fuck with Russ until he cuss me out. I know he gonna cuss me out at the end, and then I'm gonna be feeling good and smiling like you looking right now. What's going on,
That's
Mama
not
Yoni?
necessary.
What's up, Mama
Hey,
Yoni?
how y'all doing? Hey, how are you?
What's going on? You're a little pretty lady.
Nothing much. Been missing y'all. I'm glad I'm back.
Me too.
What's going on with my big dog? What's up, Big JJ? What's going on, Pippin?
Man, just out here chilling and maxing and relaxing all day.
You're maxing and relaxing. I see we got nice clothing in the background. We looking fresh and we getting ready to get fresh for a few minutes, nigga. That's what we're about to do. We're about to get fresh.
Well, that's laundry. That's clean laundry because we got clothes everywhere.
Well, bless the Lord, nigga. Bless the Lord. All right, let me see if I can bring let me see Dr. John. Is Dr. John in the building? Dr. John, holla at your boy, Big Pimpin'.
Yeah, how you doing? I hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we got you.
All right, good. I was just having some difficulties with my stuff. Now I'm good tonight. How y'all doing? How you doing?
Well, that's because you like to eat on the nuts the way you be eating on the nuts. That's probably
No nuts.
Hey,
Forgot them tonight.
Yeah, I forgot the nuts.
Most importantly, tonight we have a very special guest. For those of you that normally tune into the show, it's going to be a little bit different. Y'all know on the show what do we talk about on the show? I'm gonna ask the panel. We talk about sex on this motherfucker quite a bit, right?
And relationships.
We talk about everything.
So, I had a very interesting conversation with a very big
I don't know what I said to make you trip. Yeah.
Dr. John, you gotta mute yourself.
If you don't stick around and quit fucking having multiple conversations while you're on the air, Dr. John, I'm gonna kick your ass, bro. This nigga is
hold on.
literally having 4 conversations while you're on the air. Dr. John, I'm gonna kill you. Kill that shit. So listen, everybody, I want to give this little backdrop to the story.
Dr. John laughing at you like he ain't worried about you.
I'm not laughing at nobody.
I'm gonna kick the fuck out that bad leg. He better quit fucking with me. Check it out, because this is a serious conversation.
All right.
I had a young today, and she shared her story with me, and it took me by surprise, because she's such a wonderful woman. She's a wonderful lady. I want to give her props with that. First off, I don't want to come into this show setting this show up for anything disrespectful. So I'm gonna let you know right now, if I hear any comments, if I read any comments in the section while what's up, Latasha? I see, Carl, I see y'all. If I see anything that is disrespectful to my guests, I'm letting you know. I got a nice drink right here. I got a second drink right here. You will catch all of my bullshit if you disrespect my guest tonight. And can I get my whole panel to agree with that? Can my panel agree with me on that?
I'm good with that.
All right.
Yes, that's
Absolutely.
agreeable.
All right, now y'all motherfuckers talk to me. Now, this is what I need everybody to do before we even begin to get into this conversation. If you are watching this show right now, I need you to fucking share this on your page. I promise you, tonight's show, if you have followed our show, tonight will be a little bit different than anything that you have ever seen from Talking Dirty After Dark. Well, first of all, let me go ahead and introduce you to the lovely Miss Carmen. Carmen, how you doing?
I'm excellent. Thank you for having me.
Um, well, first off, I want to thank you for being on the show. That's number one. Um, Secondly, I want to thank you for being so transparent that you share this conversation with us on the air. Um, I don't even really know how to open up this conversation, so I'm going to turn it over to you, and I want you to begin to. The topic is. Let me bring this up on the screen. The topic right now is the unknown truth. I trusted you. The unknown truth. I trusted you. And I spoke to you about what the title would be as far as what we would discuss tonight. Could
Right.
could you please in your own words present your story to our cast?
Okay. I'll try to do this as best I can. I know we have a time
We got
limit
2 hours.
on this topic.
We got 2 hours to go.
Oh
I
no,
run this
Poppy. It's past my bedtime, so you know. I'm gonna give my spiel, and as long as the laws of the sleep monster don't take me over, we'll be good. We'll be good.
Okay, let's go.
So the unknown truth. So a little bit about myself. 43-year-old Black woman of Caribbean descent, and single mom, nurse, Army vet, um, and I love what I do. And was having this discussion with Russ earlier. I'm also in the lifestyle. I'm considered a switch in the lifestyle. I'm totally into kinks and BDSM. I don't play often in certain settings and whatnot. Very particular, very selective. And also, too, with that being said, I'm very selective in who I play with because I am HSV positive, not HIV, HSV, which is herpes simplex virus 2. In finding out that I had this, it is alarming to know that a lot of people have this and are fully unaware that they do carry this. What is more alarming in some of my research that I've done off of the CDC website, and there's been quite a few, that in the African American community, it is twice as prevalent because we are more prone to have sexual relations within our own race more than more of each other. African American women are twice as likely to have this. And sad to say, we go around asymptomatic because I did not know that I had this until I was getting ready to give birth to my third child at the age of 33. And during an examination, it was found out that I had this. So heaven knows how long I've had it. It is an illness that lays dormant until either it's triggered by stress, of some sort. Your immune system is reduced, and during pregnancy that does happen, and it manifests itself. It hides in our nerve cells until your parasympathetic nerves is triggered, and then boom, it manifests itself in the area of injury. A lot of people are ignorant behind having knowledge of this disease, thinking that it's something like, oh my gosh, I'm going to die from, and you know, this negative stigma behind it. But again, so many people have it that they're unaware until they have an outbreak, or until you fight and advocate at your primary care physician's office to have the test done. Because when you go for an STD panel, they don't do it. They do what's your basic chlamydia, gonorrhea, HIV, hepatitis. That's it. You have to literally fight for them to test you for herpes. And the only reason why they don't do it in a regular panel is because it's so prevalent. And also too, if you're asymptomatic, they see no reason to test you for it. A little bit, I always like refer back to the CDC for my information. We have about in 2018, 26 million people were diagnosed with new STDs. We spent $16 billion in direct medical costs for newly diagnosed STDs. And it's sad to say that with those numbers, how many of it pertains to our community. People need to be aware. People need to be transparent in their dealings with folks. Sex is great. Sex is wonderful. Raw sex is like the bomb diggity. You're one-on-one. You're exchanging that energy, but you're also exchanging a whole lot of things. In the studies that I've read, that HSV2, which is herpes simplex 2, which is genital herpes, makes you more susceptible to catching and transmitting HIV. And again, African American women are on the top of that list with those numbers. That is sad and alarming. People need to have that conversation. With me, when I meet someone and I'm going to be intimate with them, or we even have that talk that, hey, you wanna sex me up, you wanna do all these things, this is what it is. This is what I have. And is either you with it or you're not. Give people an option to either want to continue a relationship, that type of relationship with me, or they can bow gracefully. I cannot hold it against them because, of course, you're going to be concerned for your safety. I know myself personally, I take supplements. I am prescribed antiviral prophylactically, which is used to treat both herpes and chickenpox, because those viruses are kind of linked together.
And I wanted you to elaborate on that, because when you first told me about the correlation between herpes and chickenpox, could you tie that in so that people can have a little bit of understanding about what that is?
So like herpes, chickenpox, shingles, they all kind of have the same DNA. It's just variations of it. But it's I can't really get my nerd on it. And there's probably someone that can probably better educate or better explain how those are tied in, like Epstein-Barr syndrome, which is tied to chronic fatigue syndrome, things of that nature.
So they're like cousin viruses.
Yes. And a lot of the symptoms are similar when they manifest themselves. And the only thing is when it comes out, you have certain patterns, certain blisters, certain oh my gosh, I can't think of the wording for it right now. The characteristics that also too breaks them up. But like I said, with HSV, like also too, you reminded me, HSV1 is the cold source, is the oral herpes, and HSV2 is on the genitals, and they can be transmitted. A lot of folks,
Say it again so people can understand. What is the difference between the two again?
HSV1 is oral herpes, is the cold sores, the fever blisters. HSV2 is genital herpes. And they can be transmitted. They can be transmitted. You can do because we, folks like to, have a little fellatio and things of that nature, and cunnilingus. They like to do those things. And if someone is actively having a leisure or actively having an episode, it can be transmitted. And also too, it can be transmitted, what they call is viral shedding. And that's like 2 weeks before you actually have an outbreak. So it's a gamble. It's a gamble, especially if you have someone who is not taking care of themselves, not using their medication prophylactically. It can be spread. It can be spread.
So what is
So
viral shedding?
say again.
Viral shedding.
Viral shedding is when let me get a better definition for you on that, but it's practically of the time period where hold on, let me give you a better definition. Viral shedding refers to the expulsion and release of the virus following successful reproduction during a host cell infection. That's the definition that I come up with. So, oh my gosh, it's complicated. I'm so sorry. I didn't have much time to prepare for this interview. It was impromptu, but it's just a time period where it's more viable. Uh-oh. It's the time period where it's more viable. So even still, so ways of prevention, of course, is to have that conversation with your partner. Like, do you have it? Have you ever been tested for it? Or, when you go to your annual or quarterly checkup, if you're sexually active, have them test you for it. Always use condoms, use protection, or just abstain from sex while you're actively having an episode, when you have open sores and lesions on your sexual organs, on your vagina or on your penis.
Okay, this is my question. In the process of I guess my question is, what made you even go through the testing period? Like, what made you,
So like I
what
said,
made
for me, I was 33 years old and getting ready to have my third child. And I had like a sore. And I thought, like many of my patients, because I also work too as an infection control nurse, thought it was something from like shaving, a razor bump or something like that. And my obstetrician was like, "Hey, no, I don't think that's from shaving." And what she did, she took a culture and sent it in, and it actually came back positive for both HSV 1 and 2. So that's telling me that I got it from oral sex. When, I don't know, because
okay,
I've
this is my question. How could you, okay, because I'm trying to understand what is the difference in the symptoms that would determine whether it was done through a sexual transaction or a oral sexual transaction?
the location. It was on my vagina.
Okay.
It was on my vagina. So that determines that has it as HSV 2 because of where the outbreak manifested itself, where it appeared on my body. But when she took the culture, now the sample, and sent it to the lab, it came up positive for both 1 and 2 off of my vagina. So since then, for me, I did my research as into how to avoid certain triggers to make that for it not to happen, to have fewer or no episodes. And I can safely say I have not. Let's see, my son is 10. I've maybe had 2 episodes in 10 years because I've changed my diet. Of course, it's easier said than done not to stress, but I try to de-stress as much as possible, eat a less inflammatory diet, keep myself alkaline. I take lysine, Lysine, 1,000 milligrams a day.
What is
Lysine,
lysine?
lysine is a supplement that stops viral replication. They use it in place of prescribed medication like valsiclovir or cyclovir that they have out for you. But also too is recently has been used to stop the mutation of the COVID virus. So a
Okay.
lot of physicians are using lysine also too to help prevent or to stop the progression of the COVID virus also too. And I can say, for those who, I can only speak for myself. I have not been vaccinated, and I've taken my supplements, so something is working. And I work with COVID patients
Okay,
a
this
lot.
is my question. This is my next question because we about to start getting to the nitty gritty of tonight. Okay,
Okay.
I want you to describe how you met the person that you feel that put you in this position, and also how have you dealt with it, and what are things? How do you view life now differently from when before you got that information? That's my question.
I think then I got it from my oldest child's father. Um, he he gets cold sores. And when I was young, 19, we were both stationed in Germany or whatever. He's 9 to 10 years older than myself or whatever. So, I figure, I got a whole grown man, I love him. He loves me. I trust him. He trusts me, we're in this together. And I had no knowledge. Like I said, 19, young military, overseas, living my best life with this man that says he loves me. And the one time he came over, he had a fever blister. And I was like, what is that? He's like, oh, it's a cold sore, it's a fever blister, whatever. I've been having them ever since I was a child. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, is it contagious? Because that looks ugly like hell. Because you get all, big and flared up and nasty looking red and stuff. And he was like, no, I had to check it out at the doctor or whatever. And they said, it was not the contagious kind. Me being young, I'm like, okay. Didn't
How
think
old were
nothing
you?
of it.
How old were you?
I was 19.
19.
Mm, mm,
I was 19.
mm. So you had a lifestyle change. Let me say this because
So
when
here
you
you go. But this
first,
is this is without knowledge. This is at 19. I did not get diagnosed till I was 33. So um I'm glad that, I'm very careful, a very careful person, but even still, even being careful, you just don't know who your partner had before you and who they had before them and this, that, and the third. Um, yeah, and it just blew me away. Um, at 33, like I said, having my third child. So I done had 2 kids before this. I done been with several partners. I've been in like long-term relationships since then. Um, thank God, like I said, I take care of myself and, whoever I'm with, I inform them. My husband at the time, I had to tell him this news. We are like 2.5, 3 years new into our marriage.
so
And
okay, so hold on, whoa. This is a different conversation. So the man that you encountered it from was not your husband.
no,
Now you had to tell your husband about your situation. Is that correct?
yes,
Okay.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
And I just want to make sure that I want you to understand this. I'm not trying to um and if you're looking at the screen, you can see my face. I'm not trying to um embarrass you, but I want to have a full understanding of the situation.
Oh, not a problem.
Okay.
Not a problem.
Okay. Continue.
So I told him, and he got tested, and we were married for 9 years, and till this day he has not shown up positive. We're divorced now, and I still, do the motherly thing. You get your annual checkup, get checked out for this, and you make sure, you have that testing, because even, you know, um, we have two children together. It's in my records, like, they have is a precaution that they have to take when you're delivering, because it can be passed on to your newborn through the vagina. And if you
Did that
know,
scare you with it? Did that create a sense of nervousness for you when you found out that you had a child and you knew what your situation was?
yes, because it's like, I could pass it on. And I don't know if you guys remember the story. I think it was about 2 years ago, about the newborn that died like 3 weeks after being born. A family member kissed the child who had herpes and did not know, and the poor baby passed away.
What?
Yes, yes,
Oh,
because the baby can't fight. The immune system is weak. And the family member did not know they had it.
that's sad.
It's very sad. So, like, we have to be cautious. Like, I don't even like kissing. I mean, I'm a kisser. I'm a great kisser. I don't even like kissing, because it's like, you know what? Do you have this? Even though I already do, like, still, I'm not trying to get no more than what I already got. And I ask questions. When you first meet somebody and you finna get down, ask them questions. Ask those questions.
Hey,
How often are you tested? Where, who have you been with? Like, do you have this, that, and the third? Like, I'm not trying to, you got to protect yourself.
how soon do you feel that you need to bring those questions up? Or it's a different. This is my thing. You are already in that situation, so how do you determine whether you're going to talk to somebody about your situation?
For me, I tell them off the bat.
But no, I'm saying what is it that what is the thing that makes you say I want to tell them? Like, we're in the day and age of Facebook. We're in the day and age of Instagram. We're in the day and age of social media. So people meet people all the time, and I'm pretty sure there are certain people that are on your page or that know you that do not know your story because they have not been in that position to know your story. So my question is, what is it that clicks in you to say that I need to tell this person what my situation is?
It depends. If I'm gonna be intimate with you, or if I plan on it, or we having them conversations, I'm gonna let you know. Um, I have very, very, very close friends or people who have gone through similar situations, or whatever, and they think that they're alone in this. And I'm like, you'll be surprised how many people have this stuff and don't talk about it because they don't want to be shamed, or they just do not know because they've never been tested for it, or they have the symptoms and they think, like I did when I was young, I thought it was something else. And not until you actually educate yourself on these things, you're never going to know. It's secret. Like, symptoms, for me personally, like, I felt fatigued, felt tired, felt kind of feverish, kind of flu like a little bit, and pain in like the groin area, and that's like where your lymph nodes are at. So when you have an infection somewhere close to a lymph node, it's going to get inflamed, it's going to get big, it's going to hurt, you're going to feel like hell. And I had those for a long time, but just chuck it up to, I was an athlete also too. It's like, I'm having these muscle pains. And when when you're young, you really can't define exactly where or how to describe where your pain is at. It's just, oh, I just chopped it up to, oh, I lifted too heavy today, or I ran really hard today and whatnot. And now as a nurse and understanding the inflammatory process and how the immune system goes, it's just, now I get it. My body was responding as it should to fight off an infection, and that's what it was doing at that time.
Hey, Carmen,
Yes.
this is Shantae. Did they test your white cell count as well when you got the initial screening?
No, I was tested for I want to say yes. I think I was. I was tested for sed rate and something else because like they were trying to find inflammation from somewhere because they thought I had lupus, they thought I had
that's why I asked, because I'm like, if your lymph nodes are flaring up, seems like your white count would be pretty high too, trying to fight something off.
And they came across Epstein-Barr virus, which chronic fatigue, and then the other stuff. So yeah, they did. And again, like, people, like, when you go to your doctor, don't be afraid to ask them to do stuff. Like, you paying this money every paycheck for this health insurance. It's to use.
Absolutely.
Because a lot of things go undiagnosed because we are afraid to ask, or the doctor said. Advocate for yourself. Don't depend on anybody else to do it for you, especially those in our Black and our Latino community. 2020 has opened up a lot of things in as far as healthcare is concerned, and the treatment of how we're treated in these facilities.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times I don't even tell them that I'm a nurse, because I want to see how they treat me, what kind of care they give me. And then when I see some things going a certain way, I kind of like, hey, and I'm gonna need you to do X, Y, Z or whatever. How about this? And I start speaking clinically in these terms, and it's like, oh, are you in the medical field? By chance?
Yeah.
Yes. This is why I'm asking for this, and this is why I need this to happen. So I can't.
And the thing about it is, it's good to be able to use that knowledge, but you shouldn't have to. Do you know what I mean? Like, this should be, I'm a patient, you should be providing the fullest of service to kind of whatever the situation is. It should be an automatic, but I feel like, especially as Black women, we have to kind of prove that we're worth, the full panel of testing, or the full rundown of rule outs, or the full, like, we have to kind of prove that we're worth that.
Yeah. You do.
In a lot of cases. That's unfortunate.
It is. It totally is. Does anyone have any?
John, you got a question?
Questions?
I got this is what I want to do.
This
is what I want to go through the panel first. After we go through the panel, I got Dr. John, I got Jerome online. I'm gonna speak to my panel. Please, if you're on the show, please stay on the show, because with me trying to keep up with other social media stuff and trying to get people to tune into the show, I may miss if you go off the air and then you come back and say I'm trying to get on air. I may miss that. So please, if you're on the show, stay on the show. Like, please, this is what we have committed to do, and we're like episode 15. So I would like for us to, get a little bit more structure to what we're doing. What I want to do right now is open up the floor. I want to open it to Jerome. Then I'm going to go Dr. John. After Dr. John, what I would like to have happen is for Shantae to read some of the comments that we have from our listeners. Let's go.
I really don't have any. My original question was I was finna ask you, was it STI, STD, or STV? But you already said it's a virus, so it really wasn't no need for me to ask that particular question.
That's something that I missed. What was that question again? Because that may be something that I missed because I was trying to get listeners.
Well, she answered it. I asked, was it a STD, a STI or a STV, but she already said it was a virus. So that automatically would put it in an STV
Question
category.
is, no, my question is for the different terminologies. Could you explain the different terminologies
Oh,
for people listening to the show?
STD is a sexually transmitted disease. STI is a sexually transmitted infection, and STV is a sexually transmitted virus.
Okay, what are the differences between the two? I don't know.
Uh,
So
man,
an infection
okay.
is something. I mean, they're all infections. You're being infected with something. They're all infections. But disease is something long term. Anything longer than 6 months is chronic. And it starts
It's
out
what?
one way, can
What?
manifest as
What was
another.
the term? What was the terminology? It's what?
STD,
No, you
Sierra Tango Delta,
no, you said
Chronic.
chronic.
chronic,
Okay, that's
chronic. Anything longer than 6 months, lifelong, and it's a lifelong disease. It's incurable, but it's something that you can live with. You're gonna die from it. No one that I know, other with the exception of someone of weakened immunity. In the case of the infant or whatever, yes, definitely. But that's now, y'all don't quote me. I'm not like a board certified expert or anything like that. I ain't got no PhDs and none of that stuff. But and it's all
Yeah, but you're
research.
smart.
Don't
Right.
don't
You know,
don't Wikipedia it too much. You know, there's actually there's actually APA good resources out there. I'm still in school, so I'm still learning all this stuff.
Awesome.
Okay, so what I want to say is I've kept the phone line closed until this moment. So I'm about to open up the phone lines. If you see the phone number on the show, and you would like to ask our guest a question, I'm actually opening up the phone lines right now. So if you would like to call in and ask our guest a question, or if you would not like to call in, but you have a question and you would like to ask that question, you have every opportunity to just type it in. And in a few seconds, the beautiful Miss Shantae that argues with me every fucking week will reach a beautiful question. Okay.
You could have said beautiful.
Their question ain't beautiful. Their question ain't beautiful. Now you dissing our listeners. That
No,
lets
no,
you know the
don't
type
turn that
of shit
around
you
on
want.
me. Don't turn that
All
around
Did
on
Dr.
me.
right, let me
did,
rephrase. Hey, let me
did Dr.
rephrase.
John get to ask his
Hold
question?
on, hold on 1 second. Let me rephrase. If you would like to call into the show and you would like to spit some bullshit and have somebody spit some bullshit back to me to read the shit,
That ain't what I
go
was
ahead.
talking about, Russ. That ain't what I was talking about.
That's what I'm
I
talking
still
about.
feel like we ignored Dr. John here. Wasn't he supposed to ask a question?
Yeah, because Shantae always trying to come for me every fucking show. I love her though with her
You,
big sexy ass,
you,
her big sexy
you,
singing ass. Come on, talk to me, Dr. John.
No, I appreciate her coming on, and that was very brave of her and very informative. I think it was educational for those who are not precautionary or who need to think twice about who they're with. And I think the long-term effect of being taking precautions before you do all these things will prevent the chain of infections across the board. I applaud her. I really didn't have any questions because most of what she was saying I was in agreement with and understood. So, breaking it down for people was very necessary for us to react. So I really appreciate her being bold enough to tell her story.
That's what's
Thank
up.
you for coming by.
Mama Yoni, you got any questions or any input that you'd like to bring into this conversation?
I do. Thanks so much. Carmen, thank you so very much for sharing your story with us. As a nurse and knowing what you know now, is there anything that you could recommend to people who are in the lifestyle? Because I think that's what you said in the beginning, that you were in the lifestyle or are in the lifestyle. Is there anything that you can recommend for people currently in the lifestyle or for younger people? Because we talk about it on the show a lot. People are just polyamorous relationships. People are just having sex just all day, every day. Like you said, bareback is great, but I get a lot of flack because I don't sleep with people on the first date. I don't sleep with people for a long time in. What do you recommend, or what can you say to people who are listening at this point to get this point across? You said there are 26 million people with this disease who may not even know that they have it, and they're not being tested for it because if they don't have any symptoms, there's no sense. The doctors feel like there's no reason to test for it. What can you say to these people to get this point across that you are really risking your life?
Hey, and you know what's crazy about that? Listen, this was crazy. You said 26 million. Those are only the reported
Right.
numbers.
Right.
Those are not the numbers of people that
Actual.
and listen, if you are in the group talking dirt, understand this. We created the room to have discussions about sex, but we didn't create the group to have a sexual group. Does it make sense? Like we let people have fun. You post what you like, but we try to keep it along the level of the conversation of why you're dealing with somebody, why you're fucking somebody. Is somebody even important enough for you to even fuck? And then, as we brought it to tonight, what are the repercussions of getting into a relationship and it not being what you thought it was? Because my thought is to our guest, I would assume that when she laid with this man, she never assumed that she would wake up one day, years later, and be facing this issue.
Not at all.
But the thing that I find interesting about that is, how many years would you say that it was before you found out? How many years would you say that it was that you could look at the symptoms and say, I had the symptoms, I did not know it from the time that you found out? How long was that?
I will say 14 years.
Go ask your question one more time, Mama Young. That's my whole point is just proof.
Right. What can you say? And I don't normally read comments, Shantae, but Christina Hazel had its own point. It's really not about how soon you sleep with somebody. It's about unprotected sex. You can't pressure me into having sex with you without a condom. I have toys in my bedroom right now with condoms on them that don't leave my room, don't leave my house. But you don't know. And what you giggling? I'm so serious. I promise you, I'm serious.
No, I just laughed. No, I just thought about the whole thing of, because this is the thing. My mind went from, am I just dealing with you, or is this a multiple person type of thing? So that's where my mind went. So that's where my giggle came from. So it wasn't from your statement.
I understand. I completely understand.
But the thing is, with y'all, I think y'all over here bringing up condoms and stuff. But remember, she got it from oral.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
She didn't say anything about it.
Dental dam.
Let's really be honest. I'll put it like this: ain't nobody using no dental dam, but y'all could probably use them some Ram Wrap or something like that. But I don't.
Whatever. You gonna use something?
I knew Jerome was.
But let's really be honest. Are y'all really? And this probably will or won't cause awareness in some of us or most of us. But even now, ain't nobody finna look for no saran wrap or dental dam. You can probably use a flavor condom or something like that. But even that we're having this conversation in the back of some of our heads, on the back of most of our heads, we're like, man, I'm not finna use no I'm not finna have nobody use dental dam or get a condom to either suck dick or lick pussy. Like we're hoping that this message is getting across, but let's come on now. If you're not using it now, knowing the knowledge you had before this young lady came on, you're not going to use it after she leaves.
So here it goes.
That's like
say that again, bro. Say that again.
Huh?
I want that point that you just said to come across the airwaves so fucking strong. Say that one more time.
No, I was saying, even with the knowledge we had before she came on, we're not going to do it after she leaves. So the only thing we could do is, like Shantae probably just said in one of her messages, the only thing that you can take from this today was probably get tested. But let's really be honest. When you in the mood, you ain't thinking about in the back of your head, hey, I wonder if they clean until after it happened.
I disagree because I'm thinking of two things. I'm thinking of what you're thinking. Go get tested. But then the other thing I'm thinking about is who am I laying with, and what is that past history? Because see, that's a conversation that we never actually have with a motherfucker. Like, I like you, you fine, you look good, that body popping, you know, and you might, and we in a day of social media, so motherfucker might be posting some shit that, you know, is very sexual and that draws us in. But the question that I have is, what's your lifestyle? Have you been tested? Have you been through certain things? Because the conversation, I'm how can I say this? The way this conversation came up, and am I lying? I'm trying to make sure that I say your name as to what you are on the air because I know your real name. You feel what I'm saying? Am I lying to Carmen when I say it was an unexpected conversation to hear that shit?
It was.
You know, like you feel what I'm saying? Like the average conversation, like if I hollered at Shantae, if I hollered at Mama Yoni, yo, what's up? My name Russ. You look good. The whole conversation of what your life is, what you've been through, things that may hurt you, like things that may hurt me. And this is the killer part about this is why I have so much respect for our guest. Because she's not one of those people that has this thing that she has to deal with and doesn't tell anybody.
Absolutely.
Like that is a struggle within itself. For one, you have to struggle with where you are in life, what the situation is for you. But then it's another struggle in the entry of meeting somebody else that you may be interested in. You may be, we might be listening, somebody might be listening to this show that may be in the same situation and never did anything wrong. They weren't an unfaithful person. They weren't the cheating type. They weren't the thought process. But they laid with somebody that brought that onto them. But you're still a good person, but you got to live the rest of your life. You have to live the rest of your life. That is a fucking point that we cannot dispute. Because there are people right now that do not wish to live at this point, but guess what? They still fucking here. So there are people that have to deal with situations that are, guess what? Her situation is not trying to pay your bills. Her situation is not trying to feed the kids. Because am I wrong, young lady? Are you okay financially?
Oh yeah. You know,
Are,
I do what I do.
listen, are the kids straight?
Kids are fine. They downstairs still partying. The little one birthday was today. They still eating and chilling. So yeah.
What? If you meet somebody.
I feel disrespected. I ain't get no cake.
Now, but listen what I'm saying though, bro. But listen what I'm saying. If you meet somebody, and this is why I give her respect, because let's say, for instance, you meet somebody and they got our own crib. They're taking care of their kids. You look at the outside picture and say they're handling their business, but they're not honest with you. They don't tell you, this is what I'm going through. This is possibly what you could go through if you fuck with me. That's a different conversation because guess what? I can fuck with Shantae tonight, get into an argument with Shantae and say, I'm done with Shantae. I ain't gotta deal with Shantae fussing ass no fucking more. And if Shantae don't bring me no kids, because guess what? That's what niggas actually think about. If she ain't brought me no kids, I'm good. I'm gone. Move on to the next one. But let's just say, Shantae, I love you. But let's just say Shantae give me that coach.
Oh,
Yeah, that coach. Let's say Shantae give me that coach.
Look at her face.
She looking that way. I can't.
She's stuck.
She frozen.
Yeah. Let God be praised. But I'm trying to tell you now. Look at she coming back into the show. No, that was a freeze in the show. I'm bringing her back. Yeah, that was a freeze.
You act like I can't hear you.
Yeah, look at like you said. Look, that's you here. Like you look like I can't. I know what I'm talking about. So now, listen what I'm saying. Let's say, for instance, Shantae and me and Shantae have a excellent.
Yoni,
Shut up. Let me get my point across. Don't argue with me yet, please. Let's just say I meet Shantae, and we have an excellent fucking meeting. But
which we won't.
If I had this argument with any fucking body else tonight, Shantae, and when I say this every week, I say I only go through this shit with one motherfucker on this show. It's Shantae, but Shantae never gets the point that I'm only arguing with her fucking ass.
Continue.
And listen, I argue with fucking Dr. John about his nuts.
Hey, you leave Dr. John and his nuts alone.
Yeah, because Dr. John loved to eat his nuts on the show.
You leave his nuts alone.
No, but listen, I talked to Mama Yoni down here. I talked to this nigga up here, Jerome. Jerome has been in my house and saw me drunk as fuck and said, "Nigga, don't do that no more." The only nigga that I argue with week after fucking week after fucking week that has a fucking response to me is
hey, I just gotta ask one question. Hey, Shantae, you think you can have sex with Rush over and over again and just walk away?
I fuck the shit out of Shantae. Shantae be fucked up.
Oh wow!
I'm telling you right now, Shantae be fucked up.
Hey,
That's why
that was a segue into the next subject. What was the other subject today? Can women just have sex and just walk away?
I got them other subjects up in just a minute. I got them. Listen, I'm gonna tell you how cold I am with the subject. Look at the screen right now. Bang! They just popped up. I'm bringing up shit. Fuck is you talking to? I'm trying to tell you, Shantae. I keep telling your ass, as long as you keep trying to argue with me on the fucking air, I'm gonna argue with your ass back. You got sip on that shit, suck it, swallow all that shit you're drinking right now, nigga. You heard me? All right, now let's get back to our conversation.
I have something I would like to say.
Oh, Jesus. I don't even know.
I hope it's the comments. I hope it's the comments.
Well,
get to the comments, please, because we got like 50 comments.
I will, because we lost a lot of them. But anyway, I will tell you this. I got
them all right here. I got them all right here. I can read what you don't get. Come on.
Okay. A lot of the comments were saying, Carmen, of course, thank you for coming on the show. It doesn't matter who it is. When you are making yourself vulnerable to a bunch of strangers for the purpose of informing, it is always appreciated. So a lot of people just and make transparent in this regard. And I second that as well. Christina Hazel says, see, this is why I raise my kids, that there is worse than having kids, like AIDS. Be careful and be prepared and be honest with your doctor. And that is another big thing. I don't know why we go to the doctor and don't tell the doctor everything. That's what they're there for.
Yeah, because that nigga don't know you.
It makes no sense to me.
Embarrassing.
What I wanted to say was, Carmen, with your situation, like you said, you were young, you were 19. You guys have been together, but you weren't married. You didn't get married until later. I was married years. I was with him for 12. He stepped out of the relationship, and you get real comfortable when you marry. And then I had to turn around and say, oh, crap. He was with somebody else, and a baby came from it. So now I got to rush to the doctor. I got to tell them my business so they can run down a gambit, including the herpes virus. I said literally screen for everything. Everything. Because I don't know who you've been with. and you was my husband. At the end of the day, it is always as beautiful and as wonderful as sex can be, and we crave that intimacy and we crave that connection from other people. I don't give a shit who you are. I don't give a shit how long y'all been together. There is always a risk. You just have to decide if it's a calculated risk that you're willing to take. If it's a calculated risk, that means you were responsible. That means you asked questions. That means you got to know this person as best you could, but it's still always going to be a risk. And that's where people really need to grow up and take responsibility for their behavior.
That's true.
Let me hear from Mama Yoni.
All I can say is, wow, it's an eye-opening conversation. I just am where I am with it, and yeah, you don't have to. At this stage, people don't know what they don't know. You know, it's very important now to own what you don't know. You can't be just walking through life and not knowing. You can't just be, okay, I heard him, them, all of these people, them too, and you're not gonna ask some questions. If you're not asking questions, if you're not finding out information, then you are putting yourself at risk, you're putting other people at risk, and I'm not just gonna leave it to age, I'm gonna leave it to wisdom. I'm gonna leave it to some common sense, because like we say a lot, common sense, you got one or the other, is what my grandmama said. You either got common sense or you got book sense. If you don't have common sense or book sense, some of these people ain't got no sense at all.
At all.
And we talk about men being led around by the little head all the time, but we don't talk about the women being led around by the heat. Because the heat is some heat.
Listen.
It's a bitch, honey.
Especially when you hit menopause.
Listen. I'm gonna say. Listen. Y'all heard me say this many times on the show. I speak the mind of a man, and I speak some shit that most men would never say. The only reason that niggas out here are disrespecting y'all and just want whatever is because that's what y'all shown us. I guarantee if you show us something different, you'll get a different response all the way across the board. I'm done talking. Who's next? Let me get Dr. John in here.
Yeah. Like I said before, you know, she did a fantastic job coming on the show and telling us everything. For me, the only thing I want to spread or catch is love. So I'm gonna protect myself by getting tested. I'm gonna protect myself by asking the person, do they get tested? If you got your results, let me see them Jones. And I've done this before. And you know, surprisingly, I ain't out here, you know, with, you know, just doing whatever. Because I believe in like taking care of yourself, especially during this time when we know a known infection, virus, or whatever, COVID is hurting people. You should want to protect yourself fully. So I think her being on the show is just a reminder to some, just, you know, stay on that path, but as well as consider, you know, going to get the test. Because some people, they might not want to get tested because they don't want to know, but you should want to know. Because, you know, that's how we stop the chain of infection. I thank her again for coming on, being bold to do what she did.
I thank you guys for having me.
What level are you in your schooling, Carmen?
So I've switched. I'm an LVN, a licensed vocational nurse, and due to COVID, I was in RN school right in the dead smack in the middle of the pandemic. And so our RN school has come to a halt. So now I'm working on my bachelor's in healthcare administration, because we got a lot of administrators who have no clinical background that's just killing us on the floor.
Ain't nothing like a black woman with a degree.
Hey, I'm working towards it.
I love it.
Let me hear from Jerome. Just I want to hear what you think.
Man, I'm over
He's
here
still
trying
mad
to
because I didn't
figure
give
out
him no cake.
what's his I'm over here trying to figure out this question of the day: is your life worth the orgasm? And we can't be friends. Do you have it? Like, can you be friends with the rest of the family? So now I guess we back on the original topic because this is confusing. I'm going three different ways. Big note,
No, well,
big note over here talking
it's
about
your
3
life
minute
worth
prayers
the
and stuff. Huh?
life worth the gasm. I didn't say orgasm. Is it worth the gasm? It's the question of the day.
I mean the gasm, the orgasm. What are you talking about? So you couldn't put the OR. You just had
I'm not
Anyway.
fucking with y'all. I'm not fucking with y'all. We staying on topic. Let me get Mama Young
Which-
in here.
Which topic?
We talking about the same
What's the
topic we talked about for an hour.
I'm just saying,
What's
but
the
why
question?
would you put we can't be friends if we were gonna stay on the same topic?
I'm about to jump to that in a minute, bro. We got more than one
Well,
topic.
Okay.
You
All
just
right.
want
well, we ain't gonna be friends if you burn me. Fuck that.
On the real, we not finna be friends if you burn me.
That's
Then
the,
your
that's the
family
next,
don't know.
that's
I'm
the
definitely
next,
telling
that's
your
the
family.
next, that's the next conversation. Can I?
You're gonna have one cup in their house fucking with me. I promise you. It's gonna be a designated cup and it's gonna be red. I
Jerome,
promise you.
shut the fuck up, Jerome. Can we get there? I got clips.
You have a red cross on the cup.
Whoa. Let me tell you something. Jerome, bro. I've got
Sorry.
clips. I've got clips and video. You know what I do, bro. I've got
I'm sorry.
this shit on
No
lock.
problem.
Trust me. Like
All right.
pussy. I'm gonna take
No.
care of it. You understand me? You understand what I'm telling you?
Don't
I'm
look
trying
over here,
to
Shantae.
yeah. Shantae got the double touch. Shantae, listen, don't nobody listen to her. This is what I want
Shantae
to
got
ask.
that questionable face.
I want to get back to my guest. What would be your final words to anybody as far as getting into a sexual relationship?
I think, like in the comments that I'm reading, everyone has pretty much said it, and our panel has also too. Have that conversation. Have that conversation. Be transparent. Get tested. Advocate for yourself. But as far as sexual relationship, like for me, like you said, like at first, I'm like I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. Like, no, you know what? I'm not having any. I'm not having any outbreaks or anything like that. I'm not dealing with nobody like that. So I'm not gonna say nothing. But then, as I made the decision to get into the lifestyle and meeting more people and seeing really how intimate one can be. It could be a scene in a setting at a party or a one-on-one situation. How intimate one gets in those settings is something that has to be said. Because heaven forbid I am the cause of somebody getting into my situation and I hid that from them. Quick story. I've worked many jobs, you know. I told you I'm Caribbean, so you know, Jamaica, we have 10 jobs in 10. So one of my jobs, I was a correctional supervisor. I was a lieutenant in a men's prison. And I had an officer that worked for me, and we became fairly close. This young lady had been through some things in her lifetime and whatnot. And she was comfortable enough to let me know that she was HIV positive. And I was like, okay, well, you know, you're taking your medication, you're doing what you're supposed to do, da 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 da. But I'm not trying to be in your business, but you know, you out there like that. Are you telling your partners? And the answer was no. And when you asked about a situation where I would divulge my information to somebody, that was the opportunity, and I did. And I let her know, like, you can't do that. That's so unethical. That is so unethical. That is so not right. Because you mess around and be the result of someone else's demise. And HIV is serious. That kills you if you don't take care of yourself.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's an instant knocker out.
Right. So like you have to have that conversation. for me, it's like, you know what? It is what it is. Either you love me
Number two.
or you hate me. You either take it or not. And I'm not going to hold nothing against you. And you know what? You may feel ill about it or whatever you may feel ill about me. That's something I just can't help. And that's something you're going to have to work out on your own. But at the end of the day, I have to look at myself in the mirror and I have to wake up with myself every day and deal with me, Carmen, on a daily basis. And if I can't do that as a result of being deceitful, it's no good. I can't do that.
Okay. Do we have any other questions? Because I would like for you to stay on the air as long as you can tonight and just rock with us. If you got to go to sleep, go to sleep.
I'm
But-
up now. App now. You guys got me full of week. I done told the party people to go ahead and continue the party. It's
Okay.
past
I
their
got.
time too, but they got a pass.
Okay.
I just got a statement to say right quick. How
Go
all
ahead.
of a sudden, like you've been talking normal this whole time, but once your ethnicity came, then your accent came. What is
Hey,
that about? Like
nah.
you ain't
Leave her
talk
alone.
Nah.
Caribbean all this time.
Cause
All
I
of a
get
sudden the island
excited.
came out. I'm like,
I get
See,
excited.
Nah.
It comes out when I'm excited, when I'm tired, when I'm drunk. You know, just
I'm gonna tell you something. Nah. Fuck.
Let the girl want to express herself.
first of all,
Hey.
puffle lips. Ain't nobody tell you to do nothing. Where you come
Man.
from?
Man, let me tell you something.
Okay, now you finna dirty wine. Okay, this is enough. This is enough.
Because ain't no H in it. Let me tell you something. The person that we're online with right now,
What is this? No.
I tried to tell you, I tried to tell you in all actuality, this
I ain't even start
motherfucker
crying.
is
I ain't even
beast.
tell you.
Y'all ready for our first clip of the night?
Yeah.
Let it go.
And now, after we play this clip, I want to hear what y'all got to say. Here we go. I'm telling you it's real.
I thought I knew everything there was to know about having safe sex. I thought I knew everything there was to know about having safe sex. Always carry a condom and never ever get pregnant. But I guess what I needed more than a dental dam was a mental dam, because I just can't stop thinking about you. People love to talk about how to avoid STIs of the physical kind, but nobody likes to talk about the STIs that can destroy your mind. The ones that can have you tossing and turning at 3 a.m., raking your brain and constantly wondering, was I not good enough for him? Was this just supposed to be a one-time thing? Or my favorite one, how could I be so stupid enough to let him in? My sister always told me that my body was a temple, so never let a man in that doesn't take the proper time to worship you, because you are a goddess that is truly worth sacrificing for. And I only wish that I had taken the time to listen to her more often. But instead, I chose to listen to you. And that would have been okay if it weren't for the fact that your love for me was untrue. Because you liked someone else when you said that you liked me too. Then deception turned into a matter of perception, and everything started to feel like 50 questions, except at the end of the day, I was still left guessing, and this asshole kept testing my patience. But my mama said patience is a virtue, and you said, baby, I'd never want to hurt you, but you did. You fucked me over and left my brain impregnated with your bastard babies called memories. It was all fun and games when I let you up in me, but now you won't even take joint custody. It took all but 2 texts to get you through my door, but let me text you about some child support. Just an honest why. Because I will never let myself be reduced to some 2 a.m. whore, creeping out of windows and sneaking through back doors. I will never let myself be reduced to some side chick, just another side dish at the kitchen table for you to pick at while you wait for your main entree, to just being your other bitch. I am a person. I have feelings and emotions that have a right to be protected, and just having a vagina and 2 tits should not make me any less deserving of your time or someone to be disrespected. So, if you're gonna choose to be with her over me, well, I guess you have to do what's best then. And I guess I just wish that we had taken the time to use both mental and physical protection and had a conversation about what this all really meant before we had sex.
Okay, the first person that I want to talk to right now is Carmen. What do you feel about the piece that we just watched?
I felt that all the way. I felt that all the way, for the simple fact that it happens. And in telling my story, I was she, you know, I was she. That's, I ended up with a baby. She's 20, she'll be 22 next month. And a lifelong thing, right? Because I let him in, I let him brain fuck me, and there's a lot of women that a lot of young girls that feel that way, and there's a lot of women that still feel like that. I have a friend that runs a women's group on Telegram, and we discuss things like that. That actually would be something nice to share with them. Because yes, everyone is in the lifestyle and whatnot, and they're feeling their physical need in that physical gratification, but that emotional, that mental, that spiritual, they're not getting it. They're not getting it at all. And that represents a lot of hurt, a lot of emptiness, and a lot of emotion that that is circulating as we speak. And I have to tell my ladies that men and women, yes, the whole what women is from Venus, men is from Mars, or whatever. We speak 2 different languages. We hear with our hearts, they hear with something else. You have to take that time to really communicate with each other and really understand where you stand. Because you end up with feelings just so. Um, but I felt that. I felt that. I can only say I felt that all the way. We have to. I teach my daughters. I have 2 daughters, 21 and 15, and I teach them to have a sense of self and a sense of self-worth. Like, love you first before you can love anyone. Understand what you like, what you don't like. Experience things. Not tell them to go out there and get buck wild or whatever, but we live and we learn. And once they do that, then you can decide, what is for you and what is not for you. And a lot of times, our young ladies aren't taught that, or don't have the avenues that they can take where they can discuss these things. I work correction in women facilities, and the discussions and things like that I just have with these women on a day-to-day basis, it's alarming. The reasoning why they're in the situations that they're in, and a lot of it is because of a man, of a relationship, someone who they was ride or die for, someone who thought that loved them and cared for them and was there and pumped them up, and then when the shit hit the fan, guess who's left holding the bag and catching charges. You know, he's still out there, you know, doing his thing, you know, living his best life while you locked up for 20 years. Texas don't play. Texas, whew, Texas is hard. Some laws. They do not play. These women are sitting here rotting, going to hell. These facilities.
I got one
Majority of
question.
them.
I got one question for you.
Go ahead.
Is there anything that you would have done different
As far as what?
with the people that you met, the people that you knew in your younger age?
I would have. Well, you know what? When I sit down and think of my life, because you know, you hit your 40s, you get into that reflective stage, right? You start sitting and thinking about your life. Um, I would have taken my time with a lot of things, like with relationships and things of that nature. Learn and observe more social cues and listen with my ears and not with my heart, because I wear my heart on my sleeves.
What do you
Uh,
mean? Whoa. What do you mean? Listen with your ears. What you have heard differently?
listen with my ears. Just pay a little bit more attention, because you know people tell you who you are or tell you what you need to know when you talk to them. We just don't, especially when you're younger, you just don't pay attention because you're too busy. You get part of the information, you know, you decipher what you want and keep it moving. Just listening to verbiage and watching body language and things of that nature, picking up on certain cues or whatnot. Um, I know there's many things that I could have and would have avoided. But I can't say that I would change anything, because those things and meeting those people made me who I am today. I just wish um I wasn't in the predicament that I'm in, but knowing who I am as a person, whether with or without um my illness, because it is an illness, um I wouldn't be anything different. I'm all about, you know, having integrity, being honest, being transparent, you know, accepting the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's just me as a person. So I wouldn't change it. It just built me up and made this wonderful character that you guys are speaking to today.
Well, I got a question for you, little young lady. Are you ready?
Right.
Are you ready
Go
to take
ahead. Go ahead and ask your question. You like it, the inquiry man. The inquiry minds want to know. Go on and ask the question.
This is what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Miss Beautiful Shante, the woman that I do not try to argue with every week, but I argue with every week. Could you read some of the comments before I get to my next segment and play some of these clips that I got for y'all? And I promise you, this conversation is about to change in this motherfucker.
Gladly, anything for you to shut up. Okay.
You know,
Carl P. Thompson said.
I'll put my dick in your mouth until you tell me.
Carl P. Thompson said, Carmen said, we got to be careful. Stop that. Carl P. Thompson said, get out. What he talking about? Get out your feelings, heifer. You been toxified. This type of shit don't happen. And he ain't going to say it. He ain't going to say it. Nita Wick said, wow, that was deep. Latasha said, very powerful. Raina Johnson said, you have to know your worth to keep your mind right in any relationship.
Yeah.
Carl said, people need to realize sex is a powerful tool, changing of energies.
He hit something right there.
Absolutely. Big time. I quoted, you know, we say, pay attention to the red flags. And my statement is the flags are red for a reason. It's an attention getter. Red gets your attention. So when she said listen with her ears in her younger days, people, you catch the red flags if you're looking for them and willing to accept them. Nita also says, don't get stigmatized. Open your eyes and cut that shit off.
Absolutely.
I got a question for y'all. Y'all ready for my next clip?
Let's go.
Y'all know my clips be on some bullshit.
Yeah, because you be starting shit all the time. Come on.
Listen, Shante, I'm not about that. Shantae.
But Shantae go to aggression camp when I was gone or
I
something.
swear to God,
Wait, wait.
like now everybody else is sitting there. Now somebody else has said that I'm not saying Shantae's aggressive, but Shantae only acts this way on air.
No,
And I promise you,
and
I
Shantae got
promise
that little Green Ranger
you,
evil blade somewhere around.
bro, listen what I'm trying to tell you, bro. I love
No,
Shantae. No, Shantae, shut the fuck up. This is a shut the
Purple lips
fuck
talk
up.
shit. That's what
This
I'm
is a shut the
getting
fuck
saying.
up moment, Shantae. I love the fuck out you, and you know I do.
I love you too, Rush.
No, you see how she that you see that that's what I'm used to outside of the show. I love you too, Rush. That's what I'm used to. Look, you see that face? Look, I'm gonna bring that shit up on the screen. Y'all see that shit? Y'all see that shit? That's what I'm used to. That smile and all that beautiful shit. Every fucking Thursday, a Wednesday night, we get on the air. This nigga just goes into a whole nother mode. She just be like, "Fuck, nigga, what?" I be like, "Nigga, who the fuck is you talking to?" Look
I'm
at her.
multidimensional.
Nigga, I got the screen on
Like
you
an
right
onion.
now. No, all of us are looking. We sort of small right now. Mama Yoni, fucking everybody else on the screen right now. You got the biggest face on the show. So I'm telling you, I know the shit that you're talking to me is only for the show. I love you, but I'm gonna tell you this. Don't make me fucking around and put my hand around your throat. This is the next clip for the night. Here we go.
It's like a whole.
The dick couldn't handle all that grapefruit. It was too juicy. Tied up, handcuffs, hot oils, and sex toys. Let's see what I got up in here. Lubes of flavor. Y'all better catch that. These gift bags going on right here. And y'all might need it tonight, this green apple. I'm just telling you, keep the jaws just... Okay, and scene. Lubes of flavor. Noises in my ear. Moans out my mouth. Warm body, long nights, wet bed, wet legs. Panties out of sight. Last night, open mic. My lips on the tip. Your lips taking sips. How we play? Damn, it took all day. Night come. I come. You come. Now we done. All fun shit. I gotta run. My ride outside. Good night. Good vibes. Goodbyes. And the next part of that poem goes a little something like this because my thing is, before I fuck, I gotta pray for the dick. I don't think y'all heard me. Before I fuck, I gotta pray to the dick. You know, kind of honor that shit. So I approached King and I told him to take a seat. I explained to him, I'm about to worship your dick. See, first I'll start by saging it. You know, I gotta clean off your exes all off that shit. Next I got on my knees and I started praying over it. I said, God is peace, God is love, God is protection. I come to enjoy this powerful specimen you designed called a black man. I also have come to enjoy the 9 inches with girth you also blessed him with. May his dick be good to me and my Yanni. May his sexual energy bring me peace and prosperity too. May his dick be healthy to my mind, body, and soul. Protect me from anything that could bring me harm, be it physically, mentally, emotionally, hell, or spiritually. I ask that you cover me as I take this dick deep. Let the dick be so good I have flashbacks and wet motherfucking dreams. Make my Yanni come like I have a Jerry curl growing from that bitch. I send that prayer out with my mouth. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. When he starts to go down south, make sure his head is as good as his dick. I want him to give my Yanni CPR like her life depending on it. And peace.
Well, motherfucking well. What did you think about that, Mama Yoni? Talk. I don't hear you because you got your shit muted and you're playing with your coochie right now.
Woo!
I don't
I
hear
don't
you.
have to play with. I don't have to play.
I mean,
can-
but I know
can-
you was pressing. I know that poem touched you to a point where you wanted to touch yourself, and that's why you could not talk to us. Not talk to me.
I was trying to see.
I
I'm sorry.
didn't hear it. I wasn't able to hear it. The only thing I heard was my name mentioned, Yoni. So I didn't get to hear it because of the stream is going in and out. So I didn't get to hear anything she said other than my name.
Okay. Big John, Dr. John,
Yes, sir.
what did you think about that nasty, freaky shit we just heard? I
I
love
mean,
it.
prayer is always good, man. You know, I think you're supposed to pray. You know, I've never thought that you would pray.
This nigga said prayer.
You know, hey, I dig it. You know what I mean? Like, she prayed to make sure, you know, everything was good about the sex and make sure that she didn't catch anything. And we do that with our food. I'm not saying people don't get food poisoning because they prayed over their food, but
I
yet
feel
and
you.
still, I would take every other precaution and you know, like we've been discussing. Now you can pray and you can hope and you can do whatever, but you still have to be realistic. Like if somebody ain't taking care of their bodies the right way and they're very promiscuous and you don't know, I think you know, like we've been discussing, get yourself tested. You know, make sure the person you with is tested. You know, and we talked about the oral thing, which is, you know, something people got to take.
You done fucked me up. You done fucked me up. You
Yeah,
done
you
fucked
caught
me
the disease.
No, time out, Dr. John. You done
All
fucked
right.
me up.
All right.
We went to segment 2.
Right.
And you brought that shit back to segment 1.
I know. I was just reflecting on what she was saying because it was relative.
You made me feel like I don't want to get my dick sucked tonight.
I mean, the way she was saying it, she said she wanted her, you know, she wanted her pussy ate out like she looked like she got a Jerry curl, and that's very strong, you know.
I mean, shit,
and we're talking, you know, she wanted all that treatment, and we're talking about diseases.
Bro, that depends on if it's a short Jerry curl or if it's a long Jerry curl. That motherfucker is dripping. Go ahead and suck it. Now, if you got a short Jerry, like that, think about what I'm saying. If a motherfucker got some long ass, curly ass, yeah, look at him laugh like. Now, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna bring our guest to the show. Now, for our guest, what do you think about what we just got to discussing and the poem that you heard? Because I got one more poem before the show goes on. Talk to her.
Oh, she all the way sex demon.
Okay. Jerome, what did you think?
I'm gonna tell you like this from my experience and what I've heard from other poetry and what I've done myself. I really too much wasn't impressed with what she did. I like what she did. And you're always supposed to pray over food before you eat it. I don't know why it sometimes makes you feel like, you know, it got washed away. Yeah. So the thing that I like kind of enjoyed was the simple fact was she said she wanted eating out like I guess a Jerry Curl. Sometimes, you know, you just got to go on a journey like Indiana Jones and find that crystal skull right quick. I mean, that's all you got to do. I mean, shit, sometimes you just got to be like Dora and find the map. I mean, swiper, no swiping. Sometimes just take some friendly notes like, man, next time you're going to have to either let me do it or do something. Or I'm finna hit
Niggas is
you.
crazy.
I'm finna hit you with this 3-minute warning.
Oh,
You got a
man.
3-minute
Anyway,
warning too, bro?
That 3
This is
minutes.
what I'm talking about. To everybody
but
that's
no,
whoa. Let me give a personal
Ay, ay, ay.
let me give a personal discretion, personal discard to our show. If this is your first time watching our show, we started this show off really good. But now we're getting to that point of the show. You saw him flapping his dreads and shit. This is the point of the show where the bullshit begins.
Mm, mm,
Um, because they talking this shit and they reflecting it back to the first conversation. The next conversation I'm about to bring up, I wonder what the fuck these niggas about. Matter of fact, I'm not gonna even wait on it. Since y'all sitting up here acting all crazy, I'm gonna play this clip. Let's go.
Feeding you has got me thinking of queening you because I see the king in you. There's nothing that I wouldn't do to please you, tease you. Let me feed you what you have been missing. The power of my commission to put me in any position. All these lips that you've been kissing got me baptized into submission. You've turned this lioness into a kitten, drunk off in your kisses. I'm on now, but you should listen how this pussy purrs for you, gets wet for you. Arch my back and open up this cat if you want me to. I could love you, nourish you. FDA approved, I am food for you. Sensitive to your vibrations, I'm eager to pounce, but you're teaching me patience. Make no mistake, this is yours for the taking. So I'm willing and I'm waiting for you to put your name on it. Mark my body and put claims on it. Spray your scent across my face. Let me stay in your embrace. Take this wild and make her tame. Pull my hair, make me scream your name. No, this ain't no game. And yet you got me playing myself, weighing myself, searching for the code because I know you're Neo. So we caught all up in this matrix, half soul walking around aimless, stateless, faceless. Open my soul. Let's become born greatness. But I don't know if you're ready for this. If you're ready for this queen who has her own to now bow to you and has lowered her tone. Taken off her crown, has given you her throne, her soul to protect, and her body for you to own. In my silence, my feelings stay unknown. And I know I like to move fast, so I'll wait till you catch up to my time zone. Watching the clock tick, tock, tick. Thinking about the size of your dick. But before you hit, make sure you know how to lick.
All right. I'm in a whole different time zone right now. I'm trying to let everybody on the show right now know I'm in a whole different time zone right now. So the first motherfucker that I want to ask a question to is the nigga that's gonna give me the most funniest answer that I can think of. Nigga, what did you think about that? You see stuff on the screen.
okay. Let me just hold on. We gonna let Dr. John in before I
I
answer.
got him.
Okay. So when I actually got to the part where it wasn't messing up, like she said, like all this stuff. I personally have the same experience, but if a girl is getting too much on her pussy, she can't do shit. Repeat that. Because now you're letting me, now in my head, it's a certain expectation. You have to reach. And if you don't reach it, I'm going to consider you a liar.
Like you said, get there. Don't talk to me about what the pussy gonna do. Like I swear to God, I feel you on that, bro. Do not talk to me
Man,
about what the fuck the pussy
don't
gonna
do that. And another thing, suck my dick with the
No,
crown
and
on.
the
Why
same
you
rule
gotta take it
applies.
off?
do. Hey, let him
Hold on,
talk. Let him
gentlemen.
talk.
Huh?
I heard a disgruntled female voice in the background.
Not
Uh,
disgruntled.
Hold on.
The same rule
this,
applies
What'd you
to
say,
brothers
Carmen?
who do the same thing.
okay, no, but let him talk
Yo,
because
Okay.
I
okay.
feel him.
So,
I feel him. Wait. I feel him so deep
but
in my
that's
spirit right now. I
hold on,
feel him
hold on.
so.
But
I feel like
Carmen,
I'm about to go
this
to
is
church
and
and just start
this is what
shouting.
I wanted to say. It was a woman. It can be said about both sexes, but where it was a woman saying the poem, the man. So that's what I was commenting on.
Go ahead.
So the thing was, and why you gotta take? Listen, this is what another thing with her poem. You don't have to give me your throne. I have my own.
I disagree.
You don't have to take off your crown.
I disagree. I'm asking the women. Is or does the person that you are attracted to bring a certain element that the other person does not bring to you?
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
so you might look at me, and I'm telling you this as a young person. I live my life as a young person, and I met women that I was attracted to that had not been experienced to what I had known. Does that make sense? In any fashion, does that make sense? Like, have you ever met somebody that you may have been a little bit more advanced than what they were used to? Like, think about what I'm saying.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, I'm not bullshit. I'm on the air drinking. Well, I ain't had shit to eat all day, but I have been making sure that I do not create an environment that's disrespectful. So, check this out. If you know what you want, why are you being something that you are not to get what you want? I want to start there with Shantae.
I guess I'm trying to link your question to the clip we just saw.
Yeah, because the clip that we saw was really raw. It
Yeah.
was it was to the point of what I really want. But think about the niggas that you've met in your process.
Okay.
You might meet somebody that's, they might meet your kinky criteria,
Okay. Okay.
but they don't meet your mental criteria.
Okay.
They might meet your mental criteria, but they don't meet your kinky criteria.
Yeah.
So, how does that poem that we just listened to relate to you and how you find the person that you really want to be with?
What I got from that was my interpretation of her words was whoever I choose to share myself with, and two words there, choose and share, are very important. Whoever I choose to share myself with, it can be a powerful, beautiful, wonderful experience for both of us.
Okay.
I didn't look at that as her bragging per se, but nothing wrong with being sexually confident. But I think what I got from it was we can build something put together, but from the female standpoint, show me that you're worthy of that. You need to expect that from women as well. I'm not trying to make it one sided.
No, both need to respect that aspect of it when it comes to being intimate with each other.
I think it was more than that though. I feel like she there was metaphor there and then she went straight out for it. But I also feel like there was another meaning there because she also talked about building together. She used the word building a couple of times or made reference to it. Big Note was saying that, intimacy is a change of energies, and there can be a very strong connection created from that physical experience, and it can go then beyond the physical. And I guess I was kind of looking forward as she was reciting that poem. As a side note, I would also like to say I'm about to get one of their bikinis. I just want to put that out there.
Well, if it ain't no pictures, it didn't happen.
Dr. John, talk to me. I want to go Dr. John, Mama Yoni, then I want to go Jerome.
Very artistic way of expressing, that you want somebody to give you a good sexing. So I mean, that's how I took it. Like she's colorfully telling how she want someone to give it to her. But me personally, I mean, I don't like to do all that type of talking. So me personally, I like hearing what she said, and it didn't really, make me want to listen to her more and more and more. I don't know. I'm weird like that, but it is what it is. I mean, I think the women would like it because of the expression. The guys just looking at it like, this woman talking shit.
Mama Yoni, talk to me.
So from what I heard of what she recited, I don't have a problem with what she's saying. And like Shantae said, it's perfectly fine to be sexually confident. I just happen to feel like I'm more confident if I don't say anything. I shouldn't have to advertise what it is I have anywhere. I shouldn't have. Don't ask me what my mouth does. Don't ask me what my hands do. Don't ask me what no part of my body does. Because if I choose to give it to you, then you'll know exactly what it does. Can't ask nobody about it. Can't nobody tell you about it. I don't even want to talk about it. Just know when you get it, you'll know. And it's okay that she's having a conversation about it. If that's the way she moves. I just don't happen to be a person that moves that way.
Is Carmen still with us?
Sam,
What is your thought?
I have to agree with the panel. I can show you better than I can tell you. I'm from the Show Me State.
Come on, girl.
Come on, Carmen.
I'm from the Show Me State. Like I let my skills do the talking. And if I get that text or that phone call afterwards, then we're good. If not, then you know what? Hey, I'm not for everybody, and everybody's not for me.
Right.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Jerome.
How you end up friends with her? We like her. We don't like you.
What's that? I'll choke the fuck out you. I'm gonna tell you that. No. Look at her face. Sitting here laughing and shit. I'm gonna choke the fuck out you. Because guess what?
Make your face big so she know you serious.
My nigga. Let me tell this motherfucker something. Real shit. Now I'm gonna talk to her. She's the motherfucker. I want y'all to look at her face. Don't look at my face. Don't look at a motherfucker that is talking to me like you want me to choke the fuck out you because you're talking this shit to me.
Hey, some folks like that choke girl.
No, I'm not talking to nobody on the show. Listen, I did one show.
Every week you talk about talking about every week.
No, I'm telling you. Look and listen, Mama Yoni. Do I kick the conversation off every week? Do I kick off an argument every week? I'm gonna bring your ass up on the screen. I'm bring your ass up on the screen. Do I combat
Mama Yoni
anybody?
love me.
No, fuck Mama Yoni love you. Mama Yoni. Mama Yoni, do you love your boy?
I
Do you
love
love your boy?
everybody.
Nah,
Love bug.
nah, I'm gonna ask Mama Yoni something fresh, cause guess what? Mama
I'm
Yoni is
loved the most.
Mama Yoni is the only motherfucker. Mama Yoni,
Yes.
do I press anybody on the show?
Rush, why you
No,
want to put me on the spot?
no, answer the goddamn question, Mama
It's
Yoni.
You
it's
press
okay.
everybody.
No, do I
You press
ask Mama
everybody. But me.
I asked Mama Yoni a goddamn question. Do I press anybody on the show?
You do. You pressure people on the
No,
show, Rush.
I press the conversation. Do I press anybody on the show?
Well, I guess not personally, but you do kind of attack Shantae a lot. Like every week, you want to choke the fuck out of her. I don't understand.
No. I can go back and watch all our shows.
And every week on every show since I've been on it, you just said you was gonna choke the fuck out of Shantae at least
Whoa.
5 times in the show.
Whoa.
What? But you asked.
Whoa.
But you
That's
asked
why
me.
he choking.
No, I'm smoking good weed. No, y'all don't know what this about.
That's why he choking.
Do I ever kick the show off and talk shit about Shantae? Or does
You ask, you tell her every beginning of the show. You keep asking me a question and then you're not letting me answer.
Can
That's
I
not
say
fair.
something? Can I say something?
Dr.
What
John
is your
Nuts hurt his
observation,
stomach.
Carmen?
I am new. I'm on the outside looking in. This is actually my very first show. So, as a new, fresh set of eyes, I can tell you, Russ,
Oh, she excited again. Accent coming up.
Russ, I have to say this to you. I have to say it to you like this, darling. You just like to start shit. What would the Trinidadians say? You like to start bacchanal. And from the moment the thing said go, you've been on this sweet lady here up top.
No,
Sorry,
no,
darling.
no,
You
no.
just instigate
I'm
the
up
stuff.
No, this is what I'm trying to tell you. Every fucking week, I got 3 shows. I never fucking argue. Like when we
But tonight you started it.
no. Listen what I'm telling you. Listen what I'm telling you, baby. Before we get on the show, and I'll be like, yo, what we talking about tonight? And I'm just talking to niggas about what this show is. This is the only nigga every fucking week that just says some bullshit to me. I've been like, nigga, do you know who the fuck you talking to? Don't talk that shit to me. Listen, hey, listen. I appreciate the everybody that came on the show tonight. We had a great time, and we got everybody that was on the show that expected the show to be the topics that we were supposed to talk about. Hey, we'll talk about it next week. I appreciate everybody that tuned into tonight's show. I want everybody to, and I'm drunk, to really follow into this one topic. This sister really shared a story with us that most people would not share. Like, how many people are out here fucked up that would not talk to somebody? And I respect her so much because she did talk to me. I love you.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you. I salute you because you are a rare breed.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And you
Absolutely.
listen. People do not need to listen to this story and get a bad scenario. People need to listen to this story and salute the person that's talking. And I mean
And wake up.
like I mean like you can go to bed tonight, and I mean this in no disrespect to my listeners. You can go to bed tonight and wake up with a whole different scenario tomorrow. Are you a fucked up person? Or was the person that you may have been with been fucked up? That brought a situation to somebody that you were interested in. That shit is
Carmen,
sick.
we definitely want to have you back whenever, when you can. We know you got your hands full, but we would definitely love to have you back.
Oh, thank you. I would definitely. I enjoyed myself. I'm not one to like do a whole lot of talking. Don't like people like that. No, let me shut up. But yeah, I would definitely, I would let King Lion there know, my availability, true, and hang out with you guys. It's good to have good adult conversation. It's light, it's fun,
Absolutely.
it's entertaining, it's educational, and it's something that is very needed. The platforms like this is very, very needed.
Yes.
On social media. I'm tired of, looking at J-Lo and whoever she getting with every week, every month, and all this good shit,
Right.
and this other stuff is not benefiting and not educating our generation, our people. So this right
Absolutely.
here is very healthy. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
Hey, listen. I want
Hold on, I got
everybody.
one more question. Hold on, I got one more question.
Go
Carmen,
ahead.
honey, can you ship me some oxtails from Texas,
No,
Oh, you
Carmen,
want me to make your oxtails, baby? You know I can do that too.
please?
No.
man, you don't understand what we're talking
Oh,
about. Man, let me tell you something,
Let me
man.
get some too. What the
Man,
the
no,
hell?
come on, sister.
Everybody,
no,
where everybody
no, no, no,
located?
no,
Because,
no,
I
no, no,
traveled,
no, no,
I
no,
traveled.
motherfucker. Hold on, let me get my picture up on the screen. 'Cause
I need some oxtails and some nuts.
y'all niggas is being
Nuts.
y'all
No.
niggas.
Dr. John is the only one with nuts.
Nah,
Hold
y'all
on, hold
being
on.
disrespectful.
No, he not.
Wait a minute. We had a guest today, and I thought that took me away from the nuts.
I'm gonna tell you why y'all being disrespectful. Because y'all know me. A couple of y'all, Mama Yoni, is Mama
Yes,
Yoni
honey.
still? Mommy,
Yes.
Mom, do you know me to have tell niggas to come to my crib?
Have who come to your crib?
Yeah. Have you ever been in my crib?
I have.
Have you ever stayed in my crib after the show?
Yes, I have.
Have you ever had a drink after the show?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Have you ever stayed in my crib so late to the point where you just had to figure out whether you was going home or not?
I did.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna tell everybody on the show.
What you gonna tell him, Rush?
We're gonna figure out a date that everybody will be in my crib. And guess what? Everybody is not leaving my crib when they come.
Are you gonna make oxtails?
I don't make oxtails, but
No, Carmen
gonna have
gonna make
some
the
nuts?
oxtails.
listen.
Is
I'm
Carmen
not
coming?
listen. I'm not one of these niggas that talk about what I cook. If anybody is on this show knows me about what I cook, you
Skinny
know.
fat always eating.
And what's my name?
Skinny
Skinny
fat.
fat.
Now listen. Whoa. I'm gonna tell you this. The
I'm
person.
fat.
No, bro.
No, that's
I'm trying.
me.
Listen, what I'm telling you. That the person's face that I just put up on the screen, that nobody know my nickname, but that motherfucker. So when I tell you, next time they try to play me in the air, I'm gonna eat your ass up, La Mama. I promise you, I'm gonna eat your ass up. Look at my whoa. Because I control all this shit, Mama. If you fuck
Yes,
with me
baby.
if you fuck, nah,
Why come to Chicago to spank your ass?
I'm done. No, I'm done. Cause she answered that shit. Said yes.
Quit being nasty, Nita.
No. She said she
Oh,
answered.
about her
Put
government?
him across my knee. I'm putting him across my lap. I'm gonna spank your ass, Rush, as soon as I get to Chicago.
No.
You know I got your address.
Listen. You've been in my house and you already know ain't nobody spanking my ass. You already
I'ma
know
watch
That shit
it.
in your house to spank your ass with.
I
it.
just
Shit.
Mama Yoni. I know
Russ,
Use your
Mama
shit.
Yoni.
Russ,
I'm gonna
hold on.
put you on. Hold on.
Russ, hold on.
Let me
Nita,
grab
Nita got to come. Nita,
no.
No,
Nita just
no,
said, if
no,
y'all having an
no,
orgy, go live.
no.
No, you
Nita
gonna
is
be there
not
too.
coming. Nita is
Yes,
not
she
coming.
is.
Nita back.
No.
Yes, she is. Yes, she
Man,
is.
y'all fucking
Car-
with it. Yeah. Y'all
Carmen,
I'm gonna
Carmen,
touch her left butt cheek with my right hand.
shut up. Carmen, I
y'all are really
just want to
fucking
know if you can make the get together and do some oxtails and some cabbage and some plantains
Oh man, you
Oh,
asked me for all
Candy,
that.
this what I'm
come on,
saying.
Candy.
and some cocoa bread.
Whoa. Calm your mouth.
I'm
Let me
just
It's
saying,
okay.
calm your
cocoa
mouth, woman.
bread.
Calm your mouth, woman. You asked me a question, let me answer it. See,
Hurry
that's your
up.
you're too used to talking to niggas that you can tell I'm gonna hurry up and I'm not gonna hurry up. So I'm gonna slow it down. I'm gonna slow it down just for you.
He gonna chop and
If,
screw it.
no, I'm gonna tell her like this. I don't make certain things that you mention on this show tonight, but you know that you're not talking to a nigga that can't cook. And you've never even eaten, you never even put my meat in your mouth. I'm telling you that.
Mm.
What?
Never even put my
Really,
meat in your
Russ?
Sis, I'm telling you, you've
I'm
watched
I'm not
it.
a big
Listen,
meat
I'm
eater
telling
anyway.
you, you've watched my food online and told me you wanted to eat. Am I lying? And you wanted to
I'm not.
put,
I'm
am I
not.
lying?
Yeah,
Am I
I have.
lying? Am I
I have.
lying? Am I
No,
lying?
you're not.
Okay.
Nita, who ain't ready for you? Who
No,
you
I'm
just say ain't ready
trying
for
to
you, Nita?
tell you, bro. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell every nigga on the screen that nigga talking shit to me right now.
Mm. She ain't said nothing hardly. How are you talking
No,
shit to him?
no, she talks shit every fucking week.
Shantae, you tell Nita she ain't ready. That's what you do. Don't be saying we show ain't Nita. Don't speak for me.
Y'all in these comments, I
Nigga ain't
swear.
gonna say shit. Nigga ain't gonna say shit. Nigga ain't gonna
I
say
apologize.
shit.
I'm not a brag, but
Listen,
tell her to come.
listen. I hate you, motherfuckers. We passed the showtime. Matter of fact, we're about a minute and a half outside of the showtime, and I had one more clip to play for the night. So can I play the clip?
Play the clip.
Okay,
Play the
let's
clip.
let's go.
Feeding you has got me thinking of queening you. Because I see the king in you. There's nothing that I wouldn't do to please you, tease you. Let me feed you what you have been missing. The power of my commission to put me in any position. All these lips that you've been kissing got me baptized into submission. You've turned this lioness into a kitten. Drunk off in your kisses. I'm on now, but you should listen how this pussy purrs for you. Gets wet for you. Arch my back and open up this cat if you want me to. I could love you, nourish you. FDA approved, I am food for you. Sensitive to your vibrations, I'm eager to pounce, but you're teaching me patience. Make no mistake, this is yours for the taking. So I'm willing and I'm waiting for you to put your name on it. Mark my body and put claims on it. Spray your scent across my face. Let me stay in your embrace. Take this wild and make her tame. Pull my hair, make me scream your name. No, this ain't no game. And yet you got me playing myself, weighing myself, searching for the code because I know you're Neo. So we caught all up in this matrix, half soul walking around aimless, stateless, faceless. Open my soul. Let's become born greatness. But I don't know if you're ready for this. If you're ready for this queen who has her own to now bow to you and has lowered her tone. Taken off her crown, has given you her throne, her soul to protect, and her body for you to own. In my silence, my feelings stay unknown. And I know I like to move fast, so I'll wait till you catch up to my time zone. Watching the clock tick, tock, tick. Thinking about the size of your dick. But before you hit, make sure you know how to lick.
Rest is fire.
Let's go. Dr. John, talk to me. What you think about that?
She made me horny.
Who
All
is your
that
tech
talk
person
right
right now?
there. Yeah, she got me excited. Talking about spray her face. Okay, little bug. Good poetry, I guess. I don't know. I enjoy
Really?
it. Yeah, really.
Mama Yoni got kicked out. Okay,
Jerome. I'm
done.
It was her words,
I'm done.
Shantae. He said
I'm
spray her
done.
face.
Yeah,
I don't know what else to talk about after that. Spray the face.
Shut up, Shantae. Jerome, talk to me, sir.
Hold on. Did I miss something? What were we supposed to talk about? The same clip we already saw?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Why he telling me to shut up?
The
Okay.
Lauren Hill daughter. You supposed to replay?
Yeah,
Oh,
everybody didn't see it.
I have to relive that.
That's her third daughter twice removed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Everybody didn't see
You
it,
know,
brother.
it's an education of adopted Lauren Hill daughter. Okay. Anyway, the planes.
Man.
Hey, but shout out to her, man. Her stuff just went diamond. Shout out to her.
Right.
Shantae, what you think about it?
What you mean? I said what I said about that clip already.
For people that didn't tune into the show,
All right. So
God damn, y'all acting hard.
Well, you didn't say you was gonna repeat it. What I said was,
I'm playing the clip again. God damn.
Shut up. What I said was, I appreciated her sexual confidence as a woman. I felt like there was times where she was talking about something beyond the physical, just how some of the phrasing that she used. I didn't necessarily look at it as bragging per se, but I'm not a man, so obviously I can't share that viewpoint. I didn't see anything wrong with the poem. Is it pretty raw? Is it pretty, kind of plain, plain and black and white? How some people roll. Do you? Like Mama Yoni said, and like Carmen said, my skills speak for themselves, right? You'll know when you know, right? I don't have to brag about it, but at the same time, I appreciate where she's coming from. In essence, that's what I said.
It's the Carmen.
Yes.
Please some more stuff about the clip.
I still stand with when I say papacito.
Papacito.
I can show you better than I can tell you. And that's it. She did too much talking there. Too much, man. And I understand what the guys say, like I was trying to say earlier, men do that stuff too, and it's a complete turn off. Because boy, they say what they gonna do, and when I'm like, show me the money, they can't perform. Oh, I'm gonna give you a BDR. I give out BDRs. You know what a BDR is?
Bad dick report.
Bad dick report. Yes. To your face, how sorry you is. So
We can't even hear what you said, Shantae.
Carmen, you say show me the money and they give you pocket change, honey.
Man, they can keep that. they can keep that.
Get enough coins, you got $1.
Stop.
Come on,
let Mommy Yoni back in, please.
Talking about like Doge and Bitcoins, like that. Don't.
Bitcoins.
Come on now.
Man, shout out to Christina Hayes. Raising Kings.
Christine, yeah.
Move.
When you match me.
Okay,
absolutely.
We got one more final comment. We want to get it from Mama Yoni. Come on, talk to me, Mom.
Well, I think that is great when you can have confidence about anything or everything that you do. Some things don't need to be talked about.
We're hearing a lot of fans.
I'm
From you.
just,
A lot of
hey, I'm not a bragger. I just do what I do. So I'm not gonna you don't need a prior report. When you get it, you'll know. You'll be the one giving the report after.
Oh,
Just don't tell. You don't want to tell nobody though, because you ain't gonna want nobody else to have it. So
ooh,
I don't need to worry about bragging.
Put that
ooh,
on a t-shirt.
damn
It
right.
ain't no fun.
Shut up, Jerome.
Are you back there getting
Yeah,
what Jerome?
yeah.
What you doing?
Huh? What
What you
happened?
say?
What?
What are you over there? What you say, like it?
Come on, yeah, you sitting like a queen. You ain't got time to deal with me. Go ahead. Go get your grapes. So, Dr. John, feed her some nuts while she's laying
Yo,
down with her long leg out. This Mama Yoni all day.
He said, "Feel the nuts." I got.
I'm so done with y'all.
All day.
oh,
I can't.
Body
I
in
can't.
your face now.
I can't even fuck with y'all niggas. The
At the
bully.
end of her sentence, she should just call everybody peasants. That's what she.
Up there looking like goddess Aphrodite.
It's for real. You peasants do not run me. Bring me my nuts.
oh Lord. I'm sorry, Carmen. You gotta hear this talk about my nuts.
It's just
You
nuts,
just
baby.
bringing us
It's always a
Look,
topic about my
Carmen
nuts.
probably want to know
Just
what
bringing
kind.
that.
Cashew, almonds,
You might
cocoa.
Brazilian,
All right.
almonds,
They
Them
got that
mother-
Brazilian one too.
macadamia,
I like pistachios.
Chocolate
pistachios.
covered.
Those are
Double
good.
dip. Sorry.
much
I'm
obliged.
sorry, Rush. We
Pistachio.
sorry,
Like
Rush.
all.
Rush trying to end the show, y'all. We gotta stop.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
It's been a good show, Russ.
Say goodbye
thanks so much
to
for
my
having us.
neighborhood.
Thanks
Hey,
a lot,
look.
Russ.
Y'all motherfucking crazy. Hey, listen. I want to thank Miss Carmen for tuning into the show tonight and sharing her story.
De nada, de nada.
Gracias, señora.
Queen, you are appreciated. I want to thank my panel. As crazy as the fuck they are, these motherfuckers is wild as hell. But I appreciate it. We hope you all tune in uh, Monday, Sunday.
Sunday.
We got a new, we got a new show popping for y'all. It's only men.
Mm.
We'll let that
I'm gonna
go.
watch it.
No. Fuck that. You're not gonna listen. We're not gonna end this show. But you disgracing the thought process.
No,
of
not
men.
at all. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
but I heard some fuck that when I said it, because I can rewind the show. I just heard that shit. I just heard it
What
come
you-
through my speaker. Like y'all
Hey,
don't even
we ain't
understand what I got
worried
in.
about the haters. We ain't
No,
worried about the haters.
bro, they don't. Bro, you've been in my crib, so you know the speaker setup that's in front of me. So when the
We
motherfucker be
want to
like,
hear your perspective. We respect y'all.
so y'all tune in at Sunday at 5 p.m. Central. It's only gonna be an hour show,
5 o'clock. Okay.
but if there are no other men on that show, women, you got
Who else? You and who, Rush? I didn't hear you.
it's every man from every show we got.
Isn't it okay? And if you, Big Note, Jerome, Dr. John, right? Is that right?
Yeah.
And I got another person.
Are we gonna be
And-
able to
and
call
somebody
in?
else?
Yeah, y'all can tune in. Y'all, it's gonna be like a regular show. Y'all
Okay,
can.
so it's 5 p.m. Central Standard Time.
Whoa. But when it comes to who's on the screen, it'll only be the men.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
No
It's
women
not-
will be. Whoa. Let me finish my conversation because I'm ending this shit and I'm talking to a woman about a man. At this show, I promise you, there will only be men. Only. And if man is giving some soft bullshit, I expect one of the other men on the show to eat that shit. So I appreciate everybody that tuned in to tonight. I love y'all.
Love you back.
I gotta get drunk.
Ah,
Gotta finish sipping everything I gotta sip tonight. I wish y'all the best night ever that you've ever experienced in your life.
I'm gonna call you by my oxtails, Carmen.
Yes, darling, I got
Do
you.
you understand? Not do y'all understand why I be talking about this nigga just jumps out with
Let her.
random shit. I be trying to end the show. This nigga talking about
Let
some,
her be in the show.
I'm done. I hate y'all. I love y'all at the same time. Peace out.
Love
And
you guys. See you next.
this
Bye.
nigga oxtail.
Goodbye.
Oxtail. This nigga need Jesus. Mm-mm. Hold on. Um,